Yes, what's up guys and welcome back. So in today's video we're just running through my second program. So I've got 3 programs to run through. So it's all equated to one program. So I got like program A, B and C. So I'll do A on Monday, B on Wednesday and C on Friday. So let's jump into that one. So right here I'm just warming up with a couple of reps, basically get the blood flowing and get myself used to a weight. And it's very important to warm up before you actually do your working sets because it can prevent injury. And here we are, we're moving on to one of the 4 working sets. So we do a couple warm-up sets and my trainer's just saying I should be pushing my chest up against a pad, and as you can see, nice slow tempo, making the weight a lot heavier than it actually is. It's a good way to increase the intensity if you slow down the rep pace, and then as you start to hit failure you speed up your reps. So this is working set number 1 out of 4. And this is the second to last working set, so we've upped the weight a lot more, and you see the tempo is a little bit faster than the last set because this is now 35 kilos on each side, so 70 kilos row in total. And it's just a really good way to increase the intensity. If you're fatiguing, you speed up your reps to basically make it a lot easier. This is the last working set, so what we do is we're going to do a strip set. So you start at your heaviest, you get as many reps as you can, and as you see, nice slow tempo to begin with, and as I start to fatigue I'll speed up reps, basically to ensure I get a reps out. There's no point cheating yourself and just half-assing it and not doing a full amount of reps. And this is an absolute burner because you smash out your heavy sets and then you strip the weight off. As you see, my trainers here, he comes and strips off the weight, and we then go into another working set. So I'm just feeling a bit of lactic acid in my arms there, which is a little bit usual because you're pulling through all your back and your arms, and it's just a really good way to increase the volume and intensity if you do a strip set. And you can also superset to increase the intensity, and it will save you time if you do a superset as well. And we now move on to a bent over row, and I got to admit my form's not exactly the best at the moment, but that's a good thing about working with a personal trainer. They can help you and improve your form, and it's not too heavy of a weight. It's just here we're just warming up the back, and just because the next session we're going to be focusing on a lot more on a pull, so this is just a slight warm up and a lighter set. So we've now changed the plates over to rubber bumper plates because this is the last working set of bent over rows, and what you see is we're then superset it with deadlifts, and my trainer's just telling me I need to keep a straighter back and basically not arch over, and he's just explaining here and demonstrating it to me. But yeah, as you see, I'll superset it into a light deadlift, so I just get myself prepared here mentally and then readjust my positioning, bend over, and I've still got to fix the slight arch in my back when I do a deadlift. I mean, I'm not very comfortable doing deadlifts at the moment, but as you see, my form does slowly start to improve because my trainer was pointing it out to me. So there's another thing which is good with a personal trainer. They can help you with form, and if you've got a really good trainer, they will basically make a program which is more suited to you. And as you see, just nice slow reps, nothing too heavy, to basically get a nice light load into a back and basically get a nice little heart rate increase as well.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad.
And here we move on to a machine high row. So this is really good at hitting your back muscles and your traps, and my trainer's just explaining to me where I should be positioning. And basically when you do this, when you want to keep your elbows nice and high, as you can see, pretty much parallel to your shoulders, and just keeping them as high as possible, and it really works everything. And as you can see, keeping a nice straight back as I pull through my back and my lats. And he's just explaining some people like lean back and bend over, which is basically a way to cheat. And if you are starting to fatigue and hit failure, you can cheat a little bit by using momentum, like basically swinging a little bit forward and as you come back, pull back. But it's more important to make sure you focus on your form. And right here we're just moving into main part of program B, which is legs. So program B is legs and pull session. So here we're just warming up with a RDL, and I can see I still need to sort out my back positioning. I mean, I'm still quite new, and it's just making sure I've got the technique and form properly, and it's gonna take a long time to fully nail it down because I'm so used to not having to do any of these movements properly. But like I said, having a trainer really helps with the posture, but slowly getting there. And it's also a supersetted into a shrug, basically just making sure we're hitting every part of muscles we can in it. So my trainer's just saying, when I come down, sink my shoulders down and push my shoulder blades back as I shrug up. Here we move on to probably everyone's favourite exercise to do is Bulgarian split squats. And I'm not using any weight at the moment because I have got a slight injury on my foot. So I've done that playing football on a weekend. I basically rolled over on my ankle. So here I'm just making sure I got my balance right. And everyone hates Bulgarian split squats, but like I said, it doesn't matter if you don't like doing an exercise. If it's beneficial, you should do it, and just maybe find an alternative to it which you like. As you can see, we had the Smith machine set up, and I tried it on there and I didn't like it. And it really helps with your balance as well with Bulgarian split squat. And I can just put my hand on the frame of the Smith machine if I feel like my balance is going. But it's such a good way to improve your balance and also help with your squats as well, because you're using ankle mobility and you're also basically including your glutes and your hamstrings as well when you're doing split squats. So right here we're moving on to the leg press, and this is the part what killed my legs and basically made me not be able to walk home and absolutely finished my legs. So right here my trainer's just explaining the positioning of the foot. Basically, if you pull it higher up, you're activating more of your quads and hamstrings, and then if you pull it lower down, it's more on your calves. And as you can see, the positioning, it's more of a full leg workout, so it's more quad and hamstring and also glutes. And here we are, we're moving on to the third working set before we go on to the last working set, which is a strip set. And I don't know about you guys, but I find it really awkward getting in and out of the leg press machine. It's just something I find really awkward, and it's quite hard. And as you can see, legs are getting a little bit short at the moment, and my face is grimacing. As you see, I mean, if you're not making these grimacing faces in a workout, are you actually working hard enough? And yeah, it's moving slowly, but my trainer was saying to me, basically try speeding up momentum. So what you're about to watch here is my legs getting absolutely destroyed, and the thing what made me not be able to walk. Well, I could walk, but it was basically my legs turned to jelly. So what we're doing here is a heavy strip set, and basically you start off on the heaviest weight and you do 5 reps, and then you strip it down, you do 10 reps, and then you strip it down again and you do 20 reps. So right now I've got loads of lactic acid in my leg muscles, and you can see I'm just trying to rub them and get the lactic acid down, and as you see, my personal trainer is stripping the weight, and it means I really need to improve my muscular endurance on my legs, because building up that lactic acid is really painful when you get to a point, and I had to have a bit of a forced rest period in between doing the reps. So as you see here, I get half of the reps done and I'm absolutely shattered. My legs are on fire, so I just give it a little bit of a break, 30-second rest, and then go again. So right here I thought, oh yeah, we're doing a strip set, it should be fine, almost finished, and no, this is me almost being defeated, but I was like, no, I gotta persevere and push through it. It's a lot lighter now, so it should move a bit easier, so I'm just preparing myself mentally and physically and just thinking, I've only got 20 reps to do. I mean, split that into 5, 5, 5, and it shouldn't be too hard, but the lactic acid in my legs are starting to burn right now. So after that absolutely grueling leg press, we move on to probably one of my favourite exercises to do is calf raises, and as you see, my calf starts really popping as I get into a rep range, and here I'm just trying to make it a little bit more comfortable for me. And yeah, we do 2 sets of 15, and I mean, just look at the start, absolute popping calf right there. I mean, my right one looks a lot better, but my left calf is the same. It's just where I got the tattoo on it, it doesn't look so similar because it's not popping as much. But I mean, I train them both exactly the same. I train them both the same. I put the same amount of volume through them. It just goes to show you, if you're thinking about getting a tattoo and you're going to a gym, they basically hide the lines of your muscles. So here's the first set of 15. So now we move on to the last exercise, and it's another superset. So we do 15 reps of leg extension, as you can see here. I mean, I really need to kick up a bit higher, but the weight was a little bit heavy, so maybe next time I should drop the weight. But I was like, no, I just want to get it done, and my legs are absolutely on fire at the moment and feeling the fatigue. But then we superset this with some walking lunges, as you see here. So I mean, my legs are shattered here and starting to turn to jelly, so you see my balance ain't that great on some of them, but it's just another way to absolutely destroy your legs by doing a superset. And yeah, I've got to admit, it was painful doing it, but I mean, I want to grow and basically get stronger and fitter, so if I don't do the workout and put in the effort, I'm not going to grow. And that's one thing people don't understand, is the amount of actual hard work which you have to put in, because if you half-ass it, you're only going to get half-ass results unless you have absolutely amazing genetics, but a lot of us don't. So as you see here, I'm dead on my feet, my legs are just turned to jelly, my balance has gone to shot, but it's something I'm working on. So after finishing the walking lunges, we then do another superset of leg hammer curl, and we also superset that with walking lunges. So we do 2 rounds of this, so 2 rounds on leg extension, 2 rounds on leg curl, and we do 15 reps on each and walking lunges in between. And as you see, I'm really fatigued here, absolutely shattered. As you see, this is a defeated man right here, but I was like, no, I'm pushing myself through it, give myself a little rest and just go. And as I started to hit failure, I started doing partial reps, as you see here, partial reps and bringing up the speed of it. And yeah, absolutely defeated. My legs are burning, I got so many lactic acid build up, and yeah, we're just smashing out the last partial reps, and I'm just hiding my face because I'm almost crying with pain. But I mean, what's the saying, no pain, no gain? Yeah, so there's that program B, and I got to admit, my legs are absolutely killing me. I struggled walking home, and it's going to be fun trying to work with my legs being absolutely shattered, but it's really worth it. And I've got to say, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.